Arizona going to Arizona State in an absolute duel here. Jeff Sims, Noah Fafita, Brent Brennan, Kenny Dillingham. We got some serious action right here. All right. Arizona is playing phenomenal football right now. They are playing unbelievable. This Arizona State football team's pretty good. I don't know if I trust Jeff Sims to get you a win against a really good team like this, but it's a good football team with a lot to play for still. Very solid record. And Arizona on the other side, man, like the changes that they were able to make to the offensive line early in the season, the way that they were just replenished. Brent Brennan looking at himself in the mirror saying, I didn't hire the right coordinators last year. Let me go fix that and get some new ones. He does. And guess what? Here we are with Arizona. Really just had a couple things gone differently, had that BYU overtime game gone a little bit differently. Uh, we could be having a lot different conversations about this Arizona Wildcats team in terms of their postseason expectations. But and of course that loss to Arizona on the road or Houston on the road was really tough. But I've been very impressed with Arizona this year, and for me, it's I don't know if it's going to stop this week either.
Yeah, and if you're like me too, I mean, first of all, in rivalry week, we love to get a little bit nostalgic, right? Obviously, the pageantry, the drama, the emotions—that's what makes college football the best sport in the world. And this one, the Territorial Cup, the Duel in the Desert, is such a fun game. A little bit of history about the Territorial Cup. The reason why it's called the Territorial Cup is because it was the Arizona Territory. It was not even a state when this game was first played. The state of Arizona did not become a state until 1912. The first Territorial Cup was awarded in 1899 when the Arizona Normal School, which is now Arizona State, beat the University of Arizona 11-12 in Tucson. A lot of fun there. That trophy is recognized by the NCAA as the oldest rivalry trophy in college football. It disappeared for decades in an old booster basement for Arizona State and finally resurfaced in the 80s. A lot of fun there. There's been so much history, so much rivalry, so much passion between these two teams. It's been drama in the political field as well in terms of funding in the state too, and that goes back all the way since the 50s as well. Lot of fun here in college football. You talked about Fafita Sims, all the good storylines coming into the 2025 version of the Duel in the Desert. Talking about some scenarios with Arizona State, they are still alive in this Big 12 hunt here. So it's a massive game, not only for to play for the Territorial Cup, but also for Big 12 playoff conversations between these two. Arizona State clinches with a couple different scenarios. The main thing you have to know is they have to win first, right? You got to beat Arizona, and you also will need losses from BYU and Utah, and potentially, or BYU and Texas Tech and Utah, some kind of combination, two of those three. The reality is, it's probably looking a little bit less likely than it has in the past couple weeks. Obviously, last year was a crazy finish, so never say never in the Big 12. But I'm excited, man. I know it sucks about Sam Leavitt, him getting hurt for Arizona State. But Jeff Sims, man, I mean, as much crap as we've given him on this show, like he has turned it around, and they are Kenny Dillingham and this Arizona State staff is putting him and Raleek Brown in positions to win. Now you bring back Jordan Tyson, one of the most dynamic football players in all of college football. You get him back healthy. Last game, you put him in this rivalry game. It's going to be a lot of fun. There could be some real fireworks out there in the desert.
Kind of reminds me of like what Brendan Lewis has done with Ryan Silverfield, or I guess what Ryan Silverfield has done with Brendan
Yeah.
Lewis. Like a guy that we just kind of gave up on. Mobile guy, not super accurate, but in the flow of like a particular offense in a system, like yeah, a guy like that can thrive, and they've won some football games for sure. I think the wild card here at CD, I think the key to this game for both teams is going to be defensively. Brennan, you go out in the offseason, you get Danny Gonzalez to be your defensive coordinator. All of a sudden, you're looking at a top 30 defense. Okay. Your secondary has been absolutely elite. You got two, probably all conference safeties, maybe an all conference corner. You are absolutely locked in on that spot. Like, can your front seven, though, stop what they're going to prepare for you on the ground? Arizona State. I know we just talked up Jeff Sims right there, but let him beat you through the air, right? That's going to be the key. Danny Gonzalez knows that. How can you stop Raleek Brown and the rest of this Arizona State rushing attack? And Jeff Sims, too, has some legs. How can you stop that rushing attack? And I think part of the same conversation is going to be had on the other side with Arizona State. Like, how can you stop this Arizona rushing attack? Because, like, it's crazy. It's like there's a couple teams out there, right? You're looking at Texas Tech and Oregon, and I put Arizona in this conversation too. When you just look at the backfields that they have, and they're just rotating guys in, and it doesn't matter. It literally does not matter if it's Riscano, if it's Mahdi, if it's Cooley. Like all of these guys are explosive and really solid in their own right. Like it is a true committee with the revamped offensive line, with the passing threat of Noah Fafita, and what we've been able to do with transfer Chris Hudson. It's been a revelation on offense. Even though last year you maybe had the star power, with Ted McMillan, you just have a much more balanced look this year, and it's awesome to watch. So I think both teams are going to be trying to focus stopping each other's rushing attacks. Obviously, you give Arizona the quarterback edge here, probably giving Arizona State the coaching edge until further notice. And defensively, that's what I'm saying. I think that this is where the money's going to be made on both sides.
Without a doubt, here it's going to be a lot of fun. I think for Arizona too, like in these teams win on third down, right? Get off the field when you can. Arizona, the good thing about Arizona and how they don't really have to string drives together is they have been extremely dangerous in scoring outside of the red zone, and even on the plus 50, even outside of in their own territory, they've been extremely dangerous in doing so. Arizona State defensively will have to be up for that challenge there. Oh man, I like Arizona in this spot here. 2.5 is the line we're going to be picking it at. I'll take them to win. I'll take them to cover, even on the road. Um, they're just playing really good football. 4 straight wins right now after a couple of close losses against BYU and Houston, two teams towards the top of the Big 12 standings. I understand Arizona State has patched together in November, which looked like it was going to be lost. Looked like you were going to be headed for a tough November. After losing to Houston, you lose your quarterback as well, and Sims and everyone else has kind of just been plugging holes here. But I think Arizona breaks the dam. I think they break through. They get a huge win in the desert here and reclaim the Territorial Cup from last year.
I agree with you. I think that there's Jeff Sims plays a big role in my decision rolling with the Wildcats here. I mean, just the way that the defense has been playing, over this last month, uh, it's been really impressive. It's just the team that's been better in recent days, the team with the better quarterback. Uh, I honestly, I trust both of these coordinators, Danny Gonzalez and Brian Ward, has been,
Yeah.
phenomenal. Like since he's been there, with relative to the talent that he has, like he's been absolutely unbelievable. So I, with that said, I'm inclined to lean Arizona here, and I don't feel great about it in rivalry week. You're telling me you're going to be betting on a road favorite? Not betting, I guess, but picking a road favorite? Suicide. Suicide. And you never really know with this rivalry, but I am excited to watch this game. Going to be one of my favorites. Will be pinned to my TV.